From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings each month at 9:05 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you.
This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Wednesday, it is July 6th, the first Wednesday of the month. That means that Robert Colin from On Top of the World is in the building with us. Robert, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tom. How are you doing?
Good. Robert, for a first time in a long time, it's just you this morning.
Yep, flying solo for a change.
Well, you got a lot of stuff going on Top of the World. I'm amazed that you're able to bring in your top leaders all the time anyway, with as much as they got going on over there.
Yeah, and it's sometimes they're a little scared to come on, but I have to prod them. But it's fun. You make it easy for them as well, so it's good.
Let's talk for a minute about what everybody in the community is talking about. Fast.
Yeah, fast.
I mean, it's the topic of it. Literally, people that I didn't even think knew swimming said, "Man, have you been out in that new aquatic center out there on Top of the World?" They took a tour of it. I didn't even know they could swim, but they still took a tour of the place because they had heard so much about it. How has the reception been? Now that you've been open, it's been open for a while. It hadn't, it's not day one. How's the reception been?
It's been great. I mean, so a couple of weeks ago we had Gemma Spoforth here
in the studio.
Right, she was in here in the studio and she was talking about the swim lessons that she's doing. She took over swim lessons. And, Gemma was an Olympic athlete. She's a world record holder for the backstroke, so she's head of our swim training. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, not swim training, but the swim lessons for kids. But it's been tremendous. They've been overwhelmed with the number of kids that are doing swim lessons, and the swim team, the Falcons, have been, I think we were expecting 50 to 60 kids. They were up there 150, so it's tripled what they're getting. Getting kids from all over the region. So it's really been beyond our expectations and beyond our early planning, so it's been exciting. But there's a lot still going on there, too.
Well, and the city just helped you out a little bit by announcing that they're going to staggered schedules on their two pools because they're understaffed. So that's more pool days that people are looking for a place to go. And
it's an open, so you can go there and swim. You can go free swim. You obviously pay to get in, but there's a splash pad. There's an indoor pool. There's an outdoor pool. And then, of course, if you wanted lessons or participate in racing, it's all that's available there. And there's even a gym inside the facility, too, if you want to become a member.
Oh, I didn't know there was a gym inside.
Yeah, it's more of weights, and because that's geared towards.
Right.
So you want to do cardio, you're there to swim. But if you want to develop strength, especially for swimmers, you want weight training.
So I was happily surprised at how many people that I didn't think even knew the place existed that know the place exists and are very excited about taking tours of it. And I bet that hadn't waned a bit either, people that want to see the place.
Right, it hasn't. And if you Google Florida Fast, you'll see all the different stories that are out there, all the different events that are coming. And it's like I was saying, that one of the great things that are coming here, on, I think it's this, what day is it? I have to pull it up. July 14th. To July 17th is Flags, which is the Florida All-Age Group Championships.
That's next Wednesday or next Thursday through the weekend.
That's right. Thank you. I couldn't figure out whether it was this week, next week, but all next week. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and basically it's elite swimmers from, I think it's from age maybe 11 up through high school, and the best top swimmers of those age groups will be swimming here for long course, and it's going to be an enormous event. We expect, hundreds and hundreds of swimmers will be here, thousands of people will be here, but it's an event that will be open to the public to come see. So you can sit up in the audience. It'll be free of charge to get in, and you can sit up in the bleachers and watch some of the best swimmers, potential future Olympians swimming there. You could even see current Olympians or Olympic champions that are there that'll be participating.
What do you think if you know, you know. If you don't, I understand. What do you think the economic impact of a meet like that or this pool is going to have? Because we always hear about heads in the beds and seats in restaurants and everything. This is something that's not just for On Top of the World. This is something that's going to benefit the entire community because restaurants are going to be fuller. Hotels are going to have more patrons in the hotels.
Yeah.
All during these swim meets.
Yeah, sure. And especially hotel rooms, right? So you get, wow, you can look at hotel room rates right now in Marion County, and it's not cheap.
They're exorbitant.
And that's probably, I hate to say because I have friends in the hotel industry, but maybe we don't have enough hotel beds here locally now anymore. So there's
with WEC and you guys.
Right. And a lot going on here in Marion County, and there's so much to do in this county. So it's
all the rivers and the springs and everything.
Right.
The ecotourism.
Ecotourism is amazing in Marion County, and I have family going to be coming here in December, and it's like I really hope that they get an opportunity to see all that. But just from the opportunities or what FAST brings, like you said, the hotel rooms, the restaurants, anything that, even gas stations, anything that they get to do brings a lot more money. And if you have hundreds of families coming in for a weekend, that's a lot of money. That's
a lot of money. And by the way, their sales tax money stays in Marion County. They don't get to take it with them when they leave.
That's right.
When they go back home, their sales tax money they spent here stays to fix our roads. It stays for that.
And as time goes on in the course, because it just opened up in March, the pool. We're going to be bringing in regional events, national quality events that'll be here. And
well, I foresee probably the state championships in swimming for the high schools and all will be here.
Yeah, I would imagine that. Certainly, we're going to have Florida State is expected to be here. There's the college swim meets, university swim meets. So a lot of big events that will be coming to Ocala, and it's just a lot of excitement.
Let's talk about a place that, because of FAST and because of how it opened and all, that's kind of taking a back seat in the news media, but not to you guys. I know y'all are going gangbusters. Give me an update on Colessa. What's going on with Colessa?
So Colessa is our non-age restricted community. Most of On Top of the World was 55 and older, but Colessa, we started closing houses, I think, at the end of December of 2021. And it's for everybody. A lot of families moving in there. Right now we've closed on 45 houses. And we expect that the demand for the housing is astronomical. Of course, supply chains make it difficult, but we are in the process of building tons of more, and there's availability for as much as 5,000 homes at total build out. It's not right now, so it's difficult to get a house going right now because there's so much demand. But we are in the process of building those houses. There's a lot going on in Colessa right now. We just opened our first community center, which is called Shalom Park, and that is it's a swimming pool, but there's basketball courts there. There's a pavilion for cooking out or barbecues, outdoor fitness, walking trails. We have a soccer field in the retention pond, walking trails. Playground is really an amazing playground for that area. And what's really cool about it is if you live in Colessa, you walk right to your clubhouse, you walk to your pool. Their house is even right across the street, so you can really enjoy that. I can imagine, in a couple of years when it's starting to get more built out, kids walking over there, they're meeting all their friends, they're all swimming, having a good time on the playground, doing whatever they want to do.
Bike trails and everything. Bike
trails will be throughout the community. There'll be other recreation facilities as well, but Colessa is coming along nicely, and it's can be great. And there's, of course, Colessa leads to the fact that there's a school being built right
there. That's what I was going to ask next is, where are we with the charter school?
So the Ina A. Colon Academy is going to be opening next month, August 10th.
And the waiting list is already astronomical.
It's astronomical. So for year one, we have 214 seats open, and we have over 350 people on the wait list. So next year we'll have 320 seats open, and then it'll expand. So it's K through 6 right now. It'll go to K through 8, possibly into high school as well. I think Marion County needs more schools, so we're kind of at that point. But as the years go by, you obviously don't want to open to full capacity because it would be a nightmare trying to manage that. But we are, as it's built now, it'll be able to hold as much as 900 students. And we, like I said, 214 the first year. We have all our staff hired, all of our teachers hired, the food staff, everything is ready to go.
What would you say to the people, though? Because there are some on the other side of the coin that goes, this is why 80's being widened. Is for developments like you're doing and WEC's doing and all. And that's not the Ocala I want. And something's got to change because this is out of control and it's going in the wrong direction. What do you say to people that have that mindset?
So I understand the concern. I mean, I live in Marion County too. I raised my kids here. I think if you look at how development is being organized, you can look at how, like where Colessa is, it's kind of an infill area. So it's designed for construction of new homes, especially high density homes. It's not out in the farmlands. It's not out where the horse ranches are. It's right there next to the airport, next to Four Ranch, next to Southwest 60th Avenue. It's a perfect area right across from Westport High School, so it's a perfect area for schools or for houses to be going, especially for communities.
Yeah, 'cause that land's been blank forever.
It's been blank. Well, yeah, literally, and people have been living on that land for as far back as we know, 14,000 years, because there are certain areas that are put off for reserve that there's evidence of life going back that long. So it is a perfect area for a residential community in Marion County. And it's close to the highway, it's close to shopping, so it's not like being way out 326 somewhere. This is really designed for residential housing.
It really is, and it just lends itself. You know, people talk about that place down south that jumped the shark and went across the turnpike and everything,
yep.
And that's what they're worried about. There's no plans to build a 25 or 28 square mile development or anything.
No,
there's no room to do that there.
No, and we have a lot of land that's off for preservation area,
right.
And that protects a lot of the farmland. It protects a lot of the access for. I mean, so
Shalom Park ain't going anywhere.
That's right. And if you haven't been to Shalom Park, it's out on Southwest 80th Avenue, and it's a beautiful community park that the Colton family has built.
But it's a nice buffer. It literally, I look at Shalom Park is kind of like the entryway to me. When I get to Shalom Park, I know just past Shalom Park, I've entered on top of the world, even though I'm not behind the gates.
Once you pass it, right?
Right. Once I pass Shalom Park, I feel like so Shalom Park to me is like that nirvana buffer zone.
Although sometimes you'll see cows just south of Shalom Park. So
you will, but I think you guys have done it, dare I say, a lot better than most people would. There's been a thought of, yes, we need to build, but we also need to preserve.
Right.
And you can balance the two.
Right. And Colessa is a perfect example because there's a lot of green space and walking trails that are built into this concept. So it's exactly what you said, is how do you build it properly instead of just putting a bunch of houses together and making it look like
nobody wants Claremont. Okay? And no offense to Claremont, but when you drive down the turnpike in Claremont, it looks like people can reach out and scratch their neighbor's back in some of these houses.
Right.
There's not many walking trails. There's not, designed playgrounds and all. And all these things are in Colessa.
Right. And the walking trails and the bike trails are there to prevent, even tunnels so that you don't have to cross major roads. So you feel safe with your kids, going out for a little bike ride with their friends. A lot of things that are designed to make everything look better, to make it easier, to make it more, environmentally friendly. You could use those words. And then even how the houses are built, where they're more energy conservation designs, water conservation designs, Water Star, which is a low water use concept so you're not wasting a tremendous amount of water on your grass. You have more landscaping and more design, so it keeps it just less water usage, and that saves you money, but it also preserves our environment.
Now, will Colessa have some of the amenities that On Top of the World has? Like, will there be like a golf course type deal in Colessa?
There's no golf course design right now, but there are community centers, and there's a lot of park area. So, and even
place to play pickleball. Can I play pickleball if I want to?
Not yet. You may be able to later, but like I said, the new current rec center that's just opened that has basketball courts, it has a little soccer field, and then there's other open field activities that can be done there.
Do you foresee Colessa having its own like little soccer league and youth leagues and stuff?
Think as you
think
develop,
it'll get big enough? You think it'll eventually develop enough that you'll have those kind of
I could see it.
Internal leagues
Once
and
we
stuff?
have activity centers, activities going, I think you'll see all that. I think you'll see a lot of different kinds of activities that'll be there, and I'd like to see them come to Shalom Park too, because we have activities there. But I think that exactly, because you're going to have 5,000 homes there eventually. You're going to have, and there's where else do you have soccer right now in Marion County? You have to come all the other
Big
side.
Sun, it's all in place.
Right. There used to be one at the airport at the Ocala Sports Complex, but that shut down because of COVID. It never reopened.
Right. So Big Sun's the closest, and Big Sun's on Maricamp and Baseline.
Right.
Out that area. So.
Right. I'd love to see baseball on this side of town too, but that could take time too.
Baseball's the greatest sport.
I love baseball. I love watching my kids play baseball.
I played football because I was good at it, but baseball's still the best sport.
Yeah.
Especially being a Braves fan.
Did you play
now.
baseball?
Oh, yeah. I just couldn't hit a curveball.
Is that?
Yeah. I could hit a fastball
Yeah.
a long way. I could change it. The curveball buckled my knees and made me look like a moron.
What's the key to hitting it hard? Is it the speed of the bat?
Putting the barrel on the ball at the right apex, but it's fastballs are easy to hit. Anybody can hit a fastball.
Yeah.
It's the ball that moves around that's a little difficult to hit.
I just
and if
wondered
you got a fastball that moves, it's pretty hard to hit.
I just wondered what was the physics of the bat. I mean, is it the faster you swing it, the more power you're generating?
Actually, it's a square meeting of the bat and the ball. You can it's kind of like it's kind of the same concept of golf. The harder you swing doesn't necessarily mean the farther the ball goes.
Yeah.
It's a physics question.
I don't know how we got off on that.
I know, it's a physics question. The cylinder and the column meet. Two round objects meet squarely. It's a trig question, a geometrical question that makes it one of the hardest things to do.
Well, my high school soon-to-be sophomore is farther along in math than I ever was, so I'll have to ask him to put those numbers together.
Well, it's kind of like if you were the little chicken in the foghorn leghorn, that when foghorn was trying to teach him to hit, he figured it out mathematically. That's what baseball is. So let's talk for a minute about Shalom Park, because I know that's a passion of yours is Shalom Park.
Yes, it is.
Let's talk for a minute about just all the activity that goes on there. Let's not talk about the paid-for activity, just the stuff you can take in just by going to the park from sunrise to sunset. How much is there to do just at Shalom Park, just as a patron walking around?
So Shalom Park is a free nature preserve, I guess you could call it, walking trails.
Scavenger hunt for rocks area.
Right.
It's fantastic.
It's right here in Marion County off of Southwest 80th Avenue, and it's a beautiful peace park, because Shalom, which is a proper name, is named after Sidney Colon, the founder of On Top of the World's grandfather, whose name was Shalom. It is a park that is designed to bring peace to you. I mean, if you go in there and you feel
it's a little piece of nirvana, really.
It is. And so you go there, and there's a pavilion, and there's a stage, and there's walking trails that go around a lake and go out towards a labyrinth. And I think there's about 2 miles of walking trails, so you can really get out there and enjoy it, and you get to see there's the smells, there's the sights. You could even take a little taste of like mint leaves or whatever. So there's all kinds of senses that are reached. But it's really designed for people to go out there and to step away from life. If you watch the news and all the animosity and hatred and craziness that we see every day on the news, you need someplace to get away from all that and away from your electronics and just enjoy life. And Shalom Park really provides something special. And again, it's a gift to the community from Sidney Colon, which is from a foundation he founded called the Horticultural Arts and Parks Institute. And it's just something he wanted to give to everybody. We do have some events that we charge for, and that's really to recover our costs. We have, a lot of it's through Master the Possibilities, but if you're interested in looking that up, you go to Master the Possibilities, I think it's .org. And we have events called Park After Dark, which is usually October, November, December, and then January, February, March. I think in April, too, we have a Fun at the Park series. We have Fun at the Park coming up in August, which is open to families, and all we charge for is parking. And again, that's to help cover our cost of the live entertainment. There'll be music. The Early Learning Coalition is always involved with what we do. And then, of course, we have Little Leaf series, which is you can go through Master the Possibilities on that, and that's for kids. And we have one this Thursday. We have one in August, and it's just activities. And then you pay $5, but every kid who pays $5 for it gets a cone of ice. So again, it's just to help secure that somebody will be there when they say they're going to sign up, and we know how many people are going to come, but there's something you get for it. But a lot going on at Shalom Park, and like I said, walking, enjoying the trails, sitting there and enjoying a picnic at the park. There's the pond has fish. So like you said, I'm passionate about it, so there's a tremendous amount to do at Shalom Park.
Is it pet friendly?
It's not really pet friendly, so
I wanted to make sure people knew that.
Yeah, we don't welcome dogs unless they're service animals. Thank you, and that's because we want to keep the concept of peace. We want people to feel safe when they walk around. We don't want dogs running around and jumping on people or anything. We just want people to enjoy being there.
It's a really Zen area.
It is. And speaking of Zen, we're getting ready to build a Zen Garden, which will be a 3/4 of an acre Japanese-style Zen Garden, something that's going to be absolutely fabulous for Marion County. We're in the last stages of design for that. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself in what it's going to look like, but it's going to really be something that maybe Miami is the only place in Florida that'll have anything like it.
I know that that's where I caught the passion for the rocks. Is the hidden rocks with the fantastic messages on them and everything.
Right. So Ocala Rocks does that.
Ocala Rocks does that. And Shalom Park is where I found, first one I ever found was at Shalom Park, by the gazebo, as a matter of fact.
Did you keep it?
I did. It's in my
what did it
Cadillac right now. Huh?
What did it say?
Grasp every opportunity. One of them will work out.
I love it. Those are great sayings,
but it's
right?
great. But because when you think about it, grasp every opportunity.
Yeah.
One of them will work out. Isn't that what we do in life every day? We grasp at almost every opportunity we can that we think is a good opportunity.
Right. And so we have Ocala Rocks coming to several of our events, and people add their own little sayings, either take it home or they put it out there at the park as well. So,
right.
We love Ocala Rocks. They're
but it's another cool thing to do when you're at the park.
Right. It is to look for those rocks. Yeah.
And if you've never been there, just today the feel good temperature outside is supposed to be 93 today, but it'll feel like 101 today. They said, not in the shade at Shalom Park. No, it'll be maybe 85 degrees,
right?
Because of the shade and everything. And there always seems to be a breeze blowing there.
There does. It has its own little microclimate.
Right.
But you can walk around in the formal garden, which is a gated area, and there's all shade. The labyrinth is all shade.
There's plenty of sun. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of sun.
That's right.
But there's a lot of shade too. And the labyrinth, if you hadn't been to the labyrinth, we're underselling it, by the way.
Yeah. What's really cool about the park is we have people who post their own pictures and they share it with us. And you get, bald eagles are there, the red cock-headed woodpeckers, owls of all kinds. So really, bird watchers really can enjoy the park. People looking for any kind of insects. Just people who really are into nature can really enjoy
the
Shalom Park.
Only bad thing I have to say about the park, and I'll say it right to your face, it doesn't bother me. It's not close enough to my house.
Oh, man. It's close to your work.
I live out in Anthony. It's not close.
Okay.
It's not close to my house.
That's true.
Could we move it a little closer to my house, please?
You can build your own Shalom Park out there.
But really, it's the thing. So give us a rundown. What have we talked about? Have we missed anything you want to talk about?
Well, the two things. We got the Florida Age Group Championship starting a week from Thursday at FAST, which is right out on 38th Street, west of Southwest 60th Avenue. And if you're interested in a swim camp for your kids ages 3 to 18, on August 1st through 5th, we have from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. we have swim lessons, a swimming camp, and a swim school. So you can find out more about it at floridafast.com.
floridafast.com. Robert Colin from On Top of the World, thanks so much for being here. Talk to you in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll be back more after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Ocala International Airport. This is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the South.
Nirvana Medical Spa is Ocala's premier medical spa, home to a variety of non-invasive corrective laser treatments and facials. Besides filler, neurotoxin, laser hair, we offer PRP, tattoo removal, body contouring, vaginal rejuvenation, urinary incontinence, and men's sexual health. Become a better, brighter, happier you at Nirvana Medical Spa.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Prosecutors on Tuesday filed murder charges against the man suspected of firing upon crowds gathered for a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois on Monday morning. He ended up killing 7 people and injuring more than 30. Robert Cremo III is 21 years old. He is charged with 7 counts of first-degree murder. A judge in Mississippi on Tuesday denied a request from Jackson Women's Health Organization to temporarily block the state's trigger law, banning nearly all abortions, which is set to take effect on Thursday. Judge Deborah Halford wrote in her opinion, the Mississippi Constitution does not mention abortion. Musician Carlos Santana collapsed on stage at a Clarkston, Michigan performance Tuesday night in a scary scene that ended with him waving to fans as he was taken away on a stretcher. A spokesperson for the 74-year-old Santana said Carlos was overcome by heat exhaustion and dehydration. USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
Before I started taking Balance of Nature, I was so exhausted, and they found nothing wrong. Everything was good, just no energy. For years, I was so worn out. Well, I want to tell you, Balance of Nature has been so good for me. I'm 84 years old, and I feel like I'm 30. I want to scream with happiness. I feel like I'm 30 years old now. So I want to thank Balance of Nature for everything, because this has been the best thing I've ever done.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros, trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Do you suffer from joint pain or anxiety? Natural Life CBD Kratom and Kava can help. Our CBD certified associates will consult with you. Chocolate, gummies, CBD oil. We have Delta 8 products with quality you can trust, all held to the highest standard. Natural Life has 2 locations to serve you, open 7 days a week, located in the S-Curve and in the Heathbrook Shopping Plaza. Give them a call at 352-355-3040. And if you stop in and tell them you heard it on WOCA, you'll receive 20% off your purchase at Natural Life CBD Kratom and Kava.
Here's how to spend an enjoyable morning one day this week. Make a visit to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery. In this 5-acre spot, you'll experience all nature has to offer and at the same time load up on some real bargains. You can start by picking out 18 annuals of your choice for just $29.99. Then by all means, don't miss the crepe myrtle. This year, Bob has more quality crepe myrtles than anyone, and they're 50% off regular prices, starting at $9.99. A huge selection of citrus bushes, starting at just $29.99. Bob has butterfly and hummingbird plants, breakthrough priced at just $3.99. Check this week's ad at bobwinescameliagardens.net. Make your choices and come on down to Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, keeping Ocala green and growing for more than 70 years.
Hey, do you know there's an Italian bakery in Ocala? Well, there is. It's the Magnolia Italian Bakery, where you can get the best Italian specialties. We have Italian and New York cheesecakes, fresh-made cannolis, cream puffs, eclairs, and even custom and gourmet cakes. We even serve hot and cold lunch daily. I suggest you try the Italian special number 3. We even cater big and small events. So call ahead, 352-207-2667. Visit the Magnolia Italian Bakery.